If you're a freelancer, agency owner, or somebody that's looking to scale their agency, you should only be focused on high-ticket clients. My name is Shan, and over the past 9 years, I've built my agency Genflow to deliver $100 million in revenue by purely being focused on high-ticket. So we don't want to have clients that pay us small amounts of money, $300, $400, $2,000 per month. We want to have clients which pay us $5,000, $10,000 plus per month, and we want to get a percentage of people's revenue. That is how you build a successful agency in today's world. I want to quickly jump on my screen and show you. This is my business journey with my agency Genflow. As you can see, I essentially launched in 2016 and it only took me 14 months to hit 7 figures. And ever since then, every single year, we have scaled our agency. And yes, this is true. This is me, my agency Genflow, providing services to other brands, creators, agencies, entrepreneurs, and us doing 2 million, 5 million, 7, 11, 14, 18, 23. And look, this is not something that I'm just making up. You can go and check on Companies House in the UK. We file all our taxes. We're a large company in the UK. We are audited and all of this is public information. So what are we going to cover in this video? I'm going to be walking you through how to build a high ticket agency. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. I've put together this massive mirror board, which you're going to be walking through. And look, you can click down below at any time. So you can get access to this as well, and you can bring it up on your screen. You can play along. You can look as I go through this, or you can look at it later. So click down below for you to get access to this exact thing that we're going to be going through. So truth is, look, if you're watching this, you probably have tried a lot of different things and you're not being able to get more clients and scale your agency. So what kind of stuff do I see agency owners do all the time, which essentially means why they end up having small clients or be making anywhere between a few $100s per month to $2,000, $3,000 per month, and you're not getting the right clients that allows you to scale. You know, one of the worst things you can ever do is hire a lead gen agency. Why? Because ultimately, if you cannot get clients yourself, you probably don't even deserve to have an agency, because it means you fundamentally lack the skill of selling your skills and being able to pull people towards you. It sounds really crazy, but it's the same as you want to have a baby, but you're going to find someone else to come and impregnate your wife. Right? It's fundamentally your job. It's your job to get your wife pregnant. It is your job to find leads for your business. Otherwise, you should not be in business. So if you're someone today that's hiring a lead gen agency, hoping to get clients, there's a fundamental flaw in your skills, your ability, and probably the niche that you picked or the thing that you're trying to sell. It's all at fault. And I see this all the time. I'm speaking with enough agency owners to know that normally they're just selling the wrong thing to the wrong people. Incomplete is why they're stuck. And it's not based on what they actually can do themselves. They just picked something random because it sounded good. And look, you've probably tried some of this stuff, right? I see this a lot. Like, you're probably sending lots of emails, right? You're buying some leads. You probably have tried running some ads. You post ad hoc content for like 10 days. And then you're like, oh, it doesn't work for me. I spoke to an agency owner recently and he's like, yeah, man, content is not really for me, personal branding, because I posted content and it didn't work. And then I saw other agency owners post a lot, but they don't really scale. So I don't think that's the thing for me. So how do I scale? So you people, what you need to watch out for is that you're not coming up with these assumptions based on a very low period of time, or very low effort, or very low quality of effort, and now you have this opinion that basically is not going to be for me. If you've niched down on one service, one industry, so the truth is, to be able to get bigger clients, you've got to just be a way wider business versus someone that can help plumbers get leads, because ultimately you are going for the bottom end. Other thing that I see is that so many agency owners today, and if this is you, like, you need to stop chasing offline clients. So what I mean by this is, if your ideal client is a normal traditional business which is not online, you are always going to have a small agency. Why? Because they're the bottom 1% of the people that you can try and attract to work with. If you're going to help landscapers, if you're going to help roofers, if you're going to help a dentist, if you're going to help car garages, if you're going to help any normal businesses with their video content or whatever else, you got to remember that they are normally desperate for business because they're not good at online. So if someone comes along and can help them, they'll be like, yeah, sure, but they're not going to be the right client, because they actually will never be able to grow. They're tiny businesses with no growth potential. They don't think like that. So you're going to be capped with them. It's so important not to get too excited that, wow, I've got some clients, because you could just be sitting with lame clients who are never going to let you grow because they're just lame. So if you have like lame clients in a very dead industry / offline businesses, they're just not going to get anywhere. And I know that's hard for you to hear, because all along you thought that it's an untapped place for you to go and help dentists and get them leads, and that's going to be the way, or do their content, but it's untapped because it's lame, because there's no point for you providing services and wasting your time time wasting your skill helping essentially the bottom end of the market. What do you want to do, right? How are you going to make the most money possible and scale your agency? You want to attract the best clients in the world, the top 10%. Exactly what I did with Genflow. So when I started out, I by design was like, I want to work with the best brands, the biggest creators, the best online entrepreneurs, because I'll have the most success, right? It's like you have to aim higher because it's possible. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you in this video, how do you position yourself? How do you turn your agency into something that can attract those clients? Because if you're playing down here, it's going to be a hard time. And most likely you're going to give up because you're not going to scale past $1 million plus as an agency owner, as a service provider, because you just aimed at the wrong segment of the market. So what should you be doing, right? Ultimately, all of this, you're going to get the worst clients in the world. You know, if they're an offline, you want to go for online clients, right? And the game is this. We're not trying to, I spoke to an agency the other day and he goes to me, he has 200 clients paying like $300 per month. And I was like, wow, like that does not sound good. Imagine 200 people like chasing you for stuff, for 200 people you have to service. It sounds absolutely horrible. The aim is to have as least clients as possible and be getting paid the most. It has to be, right? So what does success look like? This is what we want, right? We want 10 clients to pay us $5K a month, that's $50K, and we want a performance base something in there. Because if they have success, we want to get success at the back of it. So what does that look like? 10 clients, a 5K a month retainers, 50,000. Let's just say whatever, on average, we're getting a 2,000 bonus on top. So that's 70,000 a month, right? That means we're on 840K a year and we have 10 clients, right? That's the dream. That's what I set out to do. And today with like 60 to like 80 live clients, we're generating $2 to $3 million a month. It's very possible. And I'm here to tell you that, and rewire your brain to think you need to aim for that. And I'm going to tell you how, later in this video. But just to set the scene, the goal is to go high ticket. The goal is to go less clients, more money, higher fees, because it's fun for everybody. Running an agency which is going to be 200 clients and lots of little people, little clients, it's the worst. You don't want to work at the bottom end of the world. You want to work at the top end of the world, top end of the client base, top end of the brands, your ICP, because that is what is fun, because you actually get to work with some really cool stuff. So how? We're going to break this down into 3 things. How can we do this? How can you transition into becoming a high ticket agency? Number 1, we're going to talk about fixing your positioning. And then number 2, we're going to talk about is your ability to outreach and how. And number 3 is using paid ads in the right way. With these 3 things, you can go from where you are today to becoming the type of agency that can attract the best clients in the world and start charging $5,000 minimum upwards to, maybe if you can get there, like myself, and we charge $50,000+ per month even to some clients, and that is possible. And you'll be so surprised with what you are able to achieve by having a right strategy of growth in place. If you're an agency owner today, you're struggling to grow, you're struggling to have real ways to get clients, the right clients, service, and actually love what you do, click the link down below. You can book a call with my team, and look, we help agency owners do this exact thing. So if you're looking for help from me, my team, and want to understand exactly strategically how you can scale, book the call down below. But anyway, let's jump straight in. So number 1 is positioning. What do I mean by positioning? How are we going to do it? So firstly, the truth is you are probably a nobody, and that's the first thing to fix, right? You cannot be a nobody. You have to be known for your thing. So you have a skill, there's a thing that you've decided to do as a service provider. I'm going to provide the following services because I have the following ability. You cannot be a ghost online. So what do you want to do? The first thing that you have to do is you have to be posting content. This is a non-negotiable. If you ever want to get high ticket clients, you have to do it. You don't want to get high ticket clients. You want Upwork clients and, a couple of referrals. You want to send 5,000 emails per day, trying to get some calls booked. If that's the plan, cool. You don't do that. But if you want to be like me, you want to get high ticket clients, you want to make millions of dollars every single month, then you need to be a somebody. And what does that mean? Right? Why? It's not to become an influencer. It's not to become, famous or a celebrity. It's to show that you're an expert. That is the only thing, right? Because if you're going to go after somebody to sign them, the very first thing someone's going to look at is who are you? Who are you? What are you about? Do you have any skills? Is this person worth responding to? Is this worth person jumping on a call with? And the amount of people that don't do this, it's crazy. But it's the fundamental way for someone to get an understanding of who you are. And the best thing about it is you can do this all by yourself, and it's just about a bit of effort. So what does that mean? Firstly, you have to be clearly like your positioning, right? So in 60 seconds, who do you help? What outcome do you drive? How do you do it? Do you have like some method or something? And how can people see proof? So right, no matter what your social media platform is, if this is LinkedIn, I believe the 2 best platforms for business owners today is LinkedIn and YouTube. I think on LinkedIn, if you had a very clear profile, and you're posting consistently, people will get an understanding of who this person is. When people send me cold emails, it's funny, sometimes I'm trying to like search them up, and I kid you not, you can't even find who the person is. Or they'll have like 200 followers on LinkedIn and nothing going on. So if you're this so expert that can help me, double my conversion rate or double my views and all of that stuff that you will try to say to people to claim that why you're so amazing, where's the proof, right? I need to see something. And I'll get into the classic, well, Shan, it's easy for you because you're Genflow, right? And because you are so big and you have so many clients. Yes, but there's other ways to showcase your skill, and I will show you that. Cool. So number one is positioning. Then ultimately, just very clearly, if someone searches your name, your stuff has to come up. Right? It has to come up. It has to be like, who is this guy? Who is this person messaging me? If you don't strategically fix this, you have no chance. Because ultimately you are a nobody and nobody wants to work with a nobody. So you've got to be a somebody. And this is the very easiest thing to fix, because at least get your profile set up, get yourself that if you find you, if you search for you, information comes up really easily, etc. But then let's jump straight into it, right? So what do you need to physically be doing? Ultimately, you have to be posting content, because it is the only way to show people your skill. That is why we want to do it. Not because you're trying to get lots of followers, or it'll be great to build a personal brand and become really big, right? And that opens lots of new opportunities. But let's forget about that. The key reason for you to do it is because it's the way to showcase your skill. That's why it's not about the views. You gotta let your ego go that, I'm gonna post something, it's only gonna get 60 views on YouTube. How embarrassing. People are gonna think that I'm so lame. Oh my days. Like that thought that I know you have in your head. Or I'm posting on LinkedIn and it sucks. I don't even get a comment. I get 2 likes. What a waste of my time. I spent 20 minutes on this post and nothing even happened. I didn't even get any leads. Like, waste of time. Let's go buy more inboxes, right? Like, it's really what you think about. But it's not the way to think about it. It's positioning content. It's because for the guy that you are speaking to, he will come and check. And that's why we need it. So on YouTube, you should be doing 1 video a week. 1 video a week showcasing your skill. I'll show you that in a second. And LinkedIn, 2 posts a week. So easy to do for you to just spend the time doing this. This will start to set you up for long-term success, because you're working on your positioning, the public narrative, what people think about you, and how you showcase yourself. So what content can you make? What should you be posting? First, to me, showcase your skills, right? So like, let's say you are an editor and you want to get clients. All you got to do is sit there, make a video of literally like a timeline and walk people through why you did the edit this way. Here's the end result. I'm going to show you why I edited it this way. There we go. Here's a thumbnail that I made. Here's why I made it like this, and blah, blah, blah. Because the next person you're trying to attract, he's just going to watch them and be like, yo, this guy knows this stuff. I need to speak to this guy. And that is why. Give solutions to problems your ideal clients have, just like this. I'm making this video giving solutions to agency owners, because technically we are growing our agency and we want to work with more businesses. So, that's exactly why I'm making this video. I'm showcasing my skills so you'll end up working with me. That's fundamentally why. Right? This is not for any other reason. I don't even have ads turned on YouTube. I don't want ad revenue. I don't care about the $27 I'm going to make. I care about having you book a call with my team and for us working with you, because that's what's important to me. I want to grow my agency, right? And this is a perfect way for me to showcase my skill when it comes to knowing how to build a big successful agency. Teach what you know, more in-depth content, case studies. So, the biggest thing is you can walk through case studies, right? You can interview your clients. You can walk through case studies with permission of clients, or you can, remove sensitive stuff and still talk through the strategy. Ultimately is what you can be doing. Content doesn't work when essentially feels generic. It wins when it's useful, specific, and repeatable. Content is like, it's the pre-sell. My first video on YouTube, if I jump on it right now, I'm literally going to show you guys right now. If I go oldest, so it's 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I made a video saying how I built a $10 million business in 18 months. 7 years ago. Why did I make this video? I made this video to tell my story, because then when I would go and pitch people would already know my story. 329,000 views, and it was just it. I only had 1 video for a while, but I still made that 1 video because I was like, I would go into a meeting and they'd be like, oh, I didn't realize you were an accountant before. Oh, I didn't realize you made an app and it got shut down and blah, blah, blah. So you walk into the room and they already know you, because I control the narrative. All the biggest people you follow online, you only think of them the way they want you to think about them, because they've painted a narrative. Every person you follow on social media, including myself, we are painting narratives. It is never going to be the 100% like what my life is actually like, or what I do in my personal time, right? It's a narrative. And that is why it's so important for you to control it, because you don't want someone to get on a call with you and they're coming up with, who's this guy? I've never seen him. Do I trust him? Would I want to work with this guy? Who is he? All of that goes through your head as you're watching me, right? If this is the first time you're watching me, like, who's this guy? Do I trust him? It's probably like scamming people, right? or he's probably trying to like sell me something, you'll think the worst thing about the opposite person till they prove it to you. So the earlier you control the narrative, you will win. Moving on from there, the biggest thing, right? So I get it. I get where you are today. You're like, well, yeah, but I have no testimonials. I have no case studies. I don't know what to talk about. What would I even make content about? I'm just getting started. I only have 3 clients. I've only even made $20,000. It's all the stuff I always get emails or comments, right? They're like, oh, what do I do, right? So cool. Let me tell you. One of the biggest things you can do, and even this is for pitching clients. If you're pitching someone and you've never done it before, this is the secret. And I'm just going to give it away. I'm going to give it away because, you know, I'm tired of answering the same question in calls that I have in one-to-one with people and when we're coaching and helping other agency owners, etc. So if you have never done it yourself, you can still talk about other people doing it, right? I'll slow this down. So you can talk about other people doing it to showcase the person, your prospect, that this is how it happens in the world. And by doing that, you become the expert in their eyes. So for example, here's a breakdown of like my own client, James Smith. Right? This is a breakdown of his funnel and how it works. So if you sat down and say, you know, if you're someone that's trying to work with creators and you're going to build the landing pages and funnels for them, all you got to do is reverse engineer other people, make videos, write posts about that. Then all of a sudden people will think you are an expert because you're explaining something to them they don't know, even though it's not your client, even though it's not your work. You see this all the time. I pulled some, right? When people do this sort of stuff, I don't know what this is, right? But let's just assume this guy can be talking about someone else's thing, but because he's talking about it, people will think he is smart and they might want to book a call with him because he'll be like, look, I can help you set this up. You know, the classic thing would be, for example, I saw a video the other day, the guy's like talking about sales teams, closers, close rates, all this stuff. He was talking about it hypothetically using benchmarks. But even then I was like, clearly this guy knows because he's talking about it in so much depth. So then he's like, you know, if you want to help increase your close rates, you know, hire me as your coach. But that's smart because he's showcasing his skill. When I sign the biggest clients in the world to do new stuff I have never done, this is exactly what I do. I'll go to the meeting and I'll be like, look guys, you are not doing the following thing, but I've seen 10 other people do this in the market and I think you should do it. I think this is how it would work based on what I've seen everyone else do. And in that moment, they already think I'm an expert because I'm showcasing them something in depth which they have no idea about. It doesn't matter if I've done it or not. That's such a made up thing in your head that you think, well, if I haven't done something before, no one's going to pay me for it. If I haven't got a testimonial, no one's going to pay you for it. And if I'm honest, if someone asks you for that, they're the wrong client. We had someone recently who contacted Genflow as an agency owner. For context, they were like, oh Shan, have you helped an agency in Germany that does B2B, like I think like software solutions for like operations? And I was like, what? And he's like, well, you can't help me then. I was like, right, but everything you do in your agency I have done 10 times over and we do it right now bigger, better than you guys do. What don't I know, right? But that person's thinking, no, only someone who's like me can help me and that's the only way possible. And it's the wrong thinking. So we don't want that person even as a client, right? Because like it's the wrong mentality. So you don't want a client like that. You want a client who's like, okay, clearly you're smart enough, you get it and you can do it for me. And this is how you do it. So showcase your skill. So every single one of you watching this who are so-called experts in something, right? The guys that email me and probably leave a comment on this video saying, Shan, I can help you with your video editing because it sucks. Shan, I can improve your thumbnails and, you know, click rate by 7%. Show me. Where's your YouTube channel? Where's the content, right? Show me why you're so good at editing. What's your philosophy? Show me your timelines. Show me your skill. If you're so good at it, put it on display and then it'll be easy. It'll be easy to me like, yo, this guy knows his shit. Let's speak to him right now. Let's get him in. I've hired plenty of people and that is because they showcased their skill and it was so obvious. Because you know when I believe in hot outreach, right? I believe in you can always email somebody and showcase them that. The other way is you do it publicly and that helps you bring inbound. So that's all you got to do, right? So it's positioning. You position yourself as the expert. This guy, I don't know who he is or what. Just quickly do some screenshots. Like he's like, here's my playbook, right? So if his playbook is the right playbook, then great. But you know, you can make up your own playbook. So, you know, we were here. Say what you do by looking at someone else, walk through your own playbook, right? Just come up with some method. Like even for me, right? I call it hot outreach because it's my playbook. It's my method. So I'm going to tell you that. You become the person that knows. And that's so important as the positioning play. Again, why are we talking about this, right? It's positioning. If you become the CRO guy, if you become the short form editor guy, if you become the design guy, if you become the SEO guy, it'll become so much easier for you because now everything else that you do, there's something for someone to come and see. Look, you have access to this so you can like play along with it yourself. Ultimately, one of the other ways is that you can create like a free lead magnet which leads into your skill more. So going back to the editor who's like, you know, this is how you do thumbnails, this is how you do this. All he has to do is call to action should be sign up here. I'm going to tell you my 12 different ways I make the best thumbnails in the world. I'll be like, interesting. I'll sign up to that. After I get that, I'll be more inclined to book a call. And I've not even spoken to this guy, but I already start to think this guy knows his stuff. So when I get on the call, I will already, you know, it's the pre-sell. You'll already be thinking this guy knows his stuff, right? Very, very important. But that being said though, right? If you're doing all of that, how does it lead to more business? So let's go further. When you fix your positioning and post content, leads come to you. You're going to start generating good quality inbound leads. And that's essentially what you can turn into high ticket clients. So let's go a bit further now. I'm actually going to break that down a bit more. So, stick with me. It's going to be a long video here. So when we get that traffic, when we get that interest, what do you want to do? Ultimately, this is the best strategy for every person watching this video. You should be running ads, and organic content is what we're talking about right now. And all of that should be going to a landing page that looks like this. This is the best way to be able to do it. You have a headline, subheading, video, and essentially it's a book a call, and that's it. The amount of people today, you as an agency owner, you don't have a video on your website, which is crazy because it's the only way for you to again speak to someone and tell them what you can do for them. How can you do it? How's it going to work? Why should they trust you? What can you do them? Every single thing that's in your head that you would love to say to someone to sign them as a client, say it in that video and then say book a call. So that pre-call once again, right? So if you're posting really good content, people come to a page to book a call with you, it's going to work. Here's examples of mine. There's 2 ways of doing this. I'll show you. So like this is literally, if you click the link down below, this is what you'll see. So I'm not even saying you to do something that I don't do myself. Like I'm literally saying, learn and implement the exact growth playbook we use at Genflow. Watch this video. It's 30 minutes long. I'm going to tell you absolutely everything you want to know about blah, blah, blah. Book a call with my team. And here's some people we've helped in the past. Right? It's like so simple, so straightforward. That's it. Ultimately, what we do for attribution is we like to impend, like to have different links because it gets very easy. So you can start to track, is it my LinkedIn content or my YouTube content? Is it my emails? Where am I getting the leads from? Where do we get the best leads from? Right? Because that kind of stuff is what you need to know. And ultimately, it's just the same calendar, repeat it over, people can book. So yeah, that's where we want to send all our traffic. Okay, cool. So that was positioning, right? That was step 1, positioning. Now I'm going to move on to outreach. So, if you watch me, I'm all about hot outreach. What is hot outreach? Essentially, it's just you sending manual outreach. Very tailored, very personal, and leading with a certain framework which actually works, which is the framework I use to sign the biggest clients in the world because my positioning is fixed, right? Step 1, fixed positioning. Step 2, now let's go after people. When you go after people yourself with fixed positioning, it's different, right? So like instead of like spamming people and hoping something happens, fix your positioning, send very good emails, it's going to work. What are we going to do? We're going to send outreach that is personalized, it's helpful, it's consultative, it's manual research, it's quality, not quantity. This is how you get the best clients in the world. You don't want to do this kind of stuff, right? This terrible stuff that my inbox is full of, your inbox is full of, that everybody's doing, right? This stuff. The whole get X result in Y time frame or your money back, right? There's been a few books out, right, that teach those methods is why every single person does the exact same thing. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is this. This is my email that I sent to Ashton Hall to sign him 2 years ago. Yes, the guy that runs, and you've probably seen him, the viral dude. He's a client of ours. That's how, we want to do. We want to send personal emails. How does that framework work? There's full videos on this on my channel. So if you're new to it, you're like, what are you talking about, Shan? Go and check them out if you want to learn and implement this. But I will give you the brief overview now. Ultimately, outreach works like this. You want to find a problem. You want to do 20 minutes of research to find the problem. And you want to lead with that as the first thing in the email that you're sending. Then we want to say the fix, right? So if you're saying my video is edited poorly, tell me what you would do to actually make it better. Not that you can just do it. Tell me, is it faster? Was it a particular section? Is it the editing that it doesn't make sense? Is it the pacing? What is it? So if I paid you $10,000, what would you do? If you're the CRO guy, you're the SEO guy, whatever guy you think you are, tell me what you're gonna do for me. Don't wait to have 3 calls or 2 calls. I pay you, then you're finally gonna do it, because then no one's gonna pay you. That's the secret. Showcase your skill. Then you go, I am X from Y. I have done X, Y, Z. That's the next bit. Then you finally introduce yourself. And this is the key of the positioning, because this is where you're like, interesting. I never heard of you. But the moment you go on a YouTube channel, you click on a couple of videos, be like, oh, I quite like this guy. Go on the LinkedIn and you're like, oh, okay. He's clearly doing like proper deep dives on this stuff. No one's going to care if you have 7 views. It's because what you're saying. And people are selfish, right? I don't care how many views your channel gets. All I care about is, can you help me make more money, right? Like, does it bother you that this video might have have 200 views or 700 views or 2000 views. Does that bother you? Do you think the information is like less worthy because of that? It shouldn't. Is about what I'm saying, right? Because there's so many other factors that relate to social media growth. This is about skill. Someone needs to watch you just the way you're watching me now and be like, holy shit, this guy knows his stuff. I need to work with this guy. That's what you intend. That's why doing that content first is so important. Then in the end, we want to end up with a CTA, ultimately, which is an open loop. I love this. You don't want to say, oh, let me know what you think, whatever. It needs to be more like, whatever you're saying to them, say, what do you think of what I'm suggesting in the way you should edit your videos, right? An actual question which makes the person want to respond. The higher quality email you send with actual value, the more responses you will get, the more better clients you will send. The best clients you will sign will actually, appreciate this. This is just an example I'll show you. You probably know this. So this is one of my team members sending an email to I think he's a YouTuber who's doing stuff like that. He goes, this is one of the best emails I've ever received. Companies like to have you, right? Like people will recognize quality. Because everyone is tired of the same stuff. There's a few people on the internet that teach these methods. Everyone's buying the same leads, doing the same frameworks, hoping to build successful businesses. It's like, no, you have to be different. And I'm telling you what that difference is. It's positioning. It's manually outreaching people in a really smart way, right? Those two things alone, and sending all that traffic to a landing page with headline, subline, video. You do that, you will grow your agency. You do that, you will get more clients. You do that, you will get more customers, full stop. But I guarantee 99% of you watching this will still won't do it because for some reason, and I know this because we have we work with a few hundred different agency owners now at Genflow, and people still are just stuck in their ways that no, I'm going to do it my way because that's what I wanted to do. And people are stuck in their ways. And I don't understand why. They'll be like, well, no, I want to do it this way. I want to get my clients. Spoke to a guy recently, he's like, I only want to get my clients through, I think he said, personal branding. I was like, cool. And it's the only way I want to get clients. I don't want to send any outreach. I don't want to do this. I don't do that. Cool. How many clients do you have? 6. How much money do you make? 13K a month. Right. But what happens if you lose 2 clients? Yeah, I'll struggle. Cool. But you don't want to change? You don't want to do stuff that needs to be done? No. Okay. Or it'll be, no, I picked a certain niche. I want to keep doing that. I don't want to do other stuff. I don't want to do that. I see what you're saying, Shan, but I don't want to do that. It's like, cool. I'm just saying, if your mindset is like that, I just have, it's going to be tough for you. You got to start thinking differently. Otherwise, it's just going to be tough for you. It doesn't matter if you've reached 100K per month or whatever you've reached. To scale, you got to evolve. I have evolved so much every single time. Every 12 to 18 months, your business model needs to completely evolve or you will never scale. And I believe that to this day. That's literally why I'm even scaling my own model, evolving my own model, sorry. I said this in my vlog that I posted a week in the life. We've never worked with non-top brands and businesses, but now that we've scaled and we're in a great place, we're now opening up different ways to bring more clients into us, which still works for us. So, for the first time ever, we're now working with normal business owners, normal entrepreneurs, normal agency owners, because we can. I want to scale, right? I want to get to 5 million per month. I want to get to 10 million per month. So for me to do that is but do more stuff. Every 12 to 18 months, you got to evolve the business model. And that's what we teach. And that's what we help people do because I do it myself. Anyway, from that, there's a bunch of other things in here as well, which will help you like subject line, etc. But the point is you send those emails. Ultimately, what are you trying to do? Get people to come back. You send them to a page even to book a call with you. Right? That is the goal. The goal is you fix your positioning, you do your outreach, and that will work. That moves me on to number 3. And yes, you have to be running paid ads. If you are a service provider, agency owner, freelancer, business owner, no matter, I don't care what you do. If you're trying to make money online, you have to be running ads. This is not something that's nice to have once I figure out organic, once I get my cold outreach in the right place, or then I will do ads. It's not really for me. It doesn't really work in my niche. That's all stuff that's in your head and it's just not true. Because think about it logically, right? Let's get into it. Fundamentally, ads is the only way you can actually get in front of the right people, right? Because when you post organic content, that's why I believe it's a positioning play. It's not a reach play. You won't be able to reach people because it's so hard to get reach through social content, but it's very good for positioning, right? So someone has seen you, it'll come and check you out. That's why we're doing content. You do manual outreach, but yes, it's hard. It's going to take hours. You're going to sit every day. You're going to have a team or you or whatever. You're manually going to be getting to people. Hard, again, because you are trying to get that reach. With paid ads, you can create ads and place them in front of people, and it's obviously a machine and you're not doing it yourself. So it's your greatest way to get in front of the right people. So fundamentally, this is how ads work for anyone that's new, whatever, right? Like you can do, essentially you are trying to go after cold audiences, right? You're trying to go after people that don't know anything about you. Then you will have warm people. These are people that are looking at your social content. So for example, you can make custom audiences from that, right? Like email addresses, and you can make custom audiences. So these are people that have been to your website. The amount of agency owners that don't have a pixel on the website and they're saying, I can't get clients, Shan. And it's like, right. So one of the most fundamental things is go away, put a pixel on your page. Why? Because anyone that checks your website out, you've got to hit them with an ad because they've already seen you. They already know you. They already seen your name. Now you need to hit them with ads. Or they are the very, what we call a hot audience. Essentially, like it could be people that have already seen the top 2 ads. It was someone that almost bought. It's someone that booked a call, but didn't show up. It's someone who booked a call and it didn't go anywhere. These are really warm people, right? And that's what you want to do. Obviously, for cold audiences is where you can run ads into a lead magnet. That works really well because it's so easy for someone to opt in. It'll cost you $1 to $3 to get someone's email address. Once you get the email address, you can put them in an email flow to nurture those people. Going back to the video guy example that I used, right? So if you're that guy, thumbnails, videos, editor, if you ran an ad into like, here's 17 ways for you to increase, views on YouTube. Give me your email. People will give you your email. That's a lead. Then you put them in a 7-day email flow and you sit and say to them, step 1, this is what most people do wrong when it comes to thumbnails. Step 2 this, step 3 this, step 4 this, step 5 this. And all of that has a PS, book a call with me. It will work. You will have calls booked. I run that exact funnel that I'm telling you for some of the biggest creators in the world, people that you follow, and it works. Even business owners, it works. Even for myself, it works because you lead with expertise and value. So that $3 to get the email will end up being like $30 or $40 to get a booked call, right? And then from there, it's your metrics of like how good you are at closing those people into clients. But how much is a client worth to you, right? Even if it cost you $400 to get a customer, client, and they paid you $3,000 to $5,000 in the first month, it's ROI positive, right? And that's the game. That's why getting into paid ads as soon as possible is the best because you are in control of your own destiny. You are pushing to grow. Anyway, strategically, that's what you'd be doing. But how does that physically work, right? So I think obviously when it comes to how can you do it, I'll just give you a bit more detail here. So what type of stuff could you do, right? So like B-roll adverts, showcasing what you do in your business. So, what if you're an editor, whatever, you can make such good stimps like, hey, what's up? We're just here editing this campaign, boom, 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 show a bit of the edit, show a bit of this, show the end footage. And you're like, if you want to get edits like that, book a call with me right now. So you can do B-roll stuff, you can do talking head stuff. Again, you have links to this. You can click through all of it. It's like walkthroughs, whiteboard style, teaching, right? All of this stuff is probably how you may even came across me because I'm running all of these myself. This is how you will come across someone brand new. So imagine your ad would be 99% business owners are doing thumbnails wrong. I have the ad, this is what you should do. And you literally walk them through whatever you think someone should do. Oh, negative spacing this much header space. Face must be this big on this side. Blah, 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 blah. What colors work the best? What colors work the least? All of that stuff, right? Just showcasing your skill. Whatever goes into your head to do the thing, teach it. Teach it in an ad under 1 minute. You do that, you're making money. You get the idea, right? Same as statics. So easy to make, put it together. I guess we love using a thing called Motion. It's very cool. You can go in there, you can search for anybody. You can search for me. Go and look at my ads. Like literally go and look at my name and you'll be able to see the ads that I'm running. So just quickly, I thought I'll just show you. So this is Motion that we love to use. You can go and search anybody's name. And you can go search their ads live. So I'm literally showing you mine right now. I'm running 76 ads as it says here. And ultimately these are the different ads that I'm running. So you can go and see exactly what other people are doing in your area, in your niche, your competitors, whatever. And it gives you an idea of what you need to do. Because by doing so, you are now attracting people to you in the right way. And that's the most important thing that we've been discussing, right? So you can go and search, go and look at all the different ads that people are running. And from there, you get to see how to create your own ads from there, right? We're going to research the competitors, select an angle, a type of message that is going to work really well for your thing. Select the type of format that should be back to, is it going to be a B-roll format, talking head? Is it a static? Is it a Miro style teaching? And put it live. You don't need to spend much, right? But as I said, it's all about the metrics. If you can spend, $40 to get a call, and if it's cost you $500 to get a client, you'll actually have a measurable way to scale your agency. Why a lot of agency owners can never scale? Because they have no repeatable process. It's all just luck that some guy responded, so it worked out, some referral, so it worked out, something. You don't do that. So all of this will allow you to be in control. And you have to be in control to build a high ticket agency. That's what it comes down to, right? So to go back, I fixed my positioning early on that I am known as the guy that can help people online to basically make money. And because of that, I built an agency that has 130, 40 people and global offices, and we do so many different things, right? And that is why, because I fixed my positioning. Then I mastered outreach after, and from that, I've managed to sign some of the biggest brands and people in the world. It's because they think I'm an expert, because I have enough social proof and then actual business proof and case studies, obviously, by the end of it. And very lastly, we know how to use ads well. We're getting in front of the right people in the right way to pull more people towards us. And going back to when I was saying, the beauty is that someone's done a call with you or booked a call with you, they will get ads. But you can define the message because you can talk to them more about, or you can put an ad out, which is a testimonial ad, right? Because those people are warm. They've checked out the website, right? So that's where the power is when it comes to this. And all of that stuff is going where? It's going into your page to book calls with you. And if you just did this thing, you'll be getting the best people in the world booking calls with you because they think you're an expert. And that's the whole point. When you're trying to go cold yourself to the whole big world out there and you're thinking you're going to get the best clients, you're not. You'll get the best clients by showcasing your skill. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's exactly what I did and what you should do to transition from where you are today. Fix your positioning, do better outreach, start running paid ads for you to attract better clients because you're showcasing your skill, which allow better people to come towards you to pay you to do the thing that you're saying you're an expert in. And look, as I said before, if you want my help, book a call down below. You can speak with my team. I will tell you exactly how we can help you. And I've got new videos coming every single week, 2 videos a week. So make sure you hit subscribe and I will see you in the next video.